Looking to redeem a record of 2 wins and 6 losses. His height, 5 feet, 10 inches tall. Al, his opponent, across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. He steps into the cage tonight looking to redeem a record of 0 wins and 7 losses.
In the black, Parker in the blue. Three-minute rounds.
To a weight infraction. Cesar Guerribe will begin at a 1-point deficit according to NFC rules.
All right, round number 1 underway.
Nate Mann didn't give a shit. He's like,
Yeah.
let's
Oh,
go.
big shot landed by Cesar right off the rip, but Zach is in on a double. Excuse me, not Zach. Brian.
Both guys very much needing the win, and you got to feel that pressure can start riding on you when you're taking some losses. You start feeling a little bit more frantic, a little bit more desperate. We should point out here, Zach, advanced amateur rules, meaning ground and pound, now A-OK.
Very much so, but Cesar stuck here in half guard. Brian's sticking to him on top.
Ground and pound, okay. Elbows still not legal here at the amateur level. All Brian Parker here in the opening minute.
Yeah, Billy Goat staying very tight on top. He's got 2 minutes here to work. Can't tell. I think Cesar's kind of just holding his posture down with that arm. Kind of like an overhook, essentially, here. He's got to start working to get up. He needs to use that cage, put his back to it, and start standing up here. Brian just seems to be content kind of sitting here on top without necessarily, he's not necessarily working to pass. The guard was open there for a second. Billy Goat's on top here. He's got to start working here, maybe throwing some strikes. I don't know if he tapped to something there. Shoulder, oh no, stand up. I thought he tapped him. It looked weird. I was like very confused, but here we go. Cesar immediately with the overhand. Taken down now. He's hunting for triangle here. Brian Parker, good posture though. Finds himself back on top, raining down blows.
Good timing on that takedown as Guerribe once again finds himself in a tough spot here.
Yeah, he's up with the underhook. He's got to use that to drive. But he gets pressed against the cage, and Brian hunts that leg. Cesar may have a guillotine attempt here. I don't think he has the angle, and the cage is kind of inhibiting him from getting the correct spot, but
Round number 1 in the... We've seen good progress from Brian in his last bout with us. Again, his loss being a very close split decision. And Nate Mann laying down the law here. Let's see if Cesar can keep this thing on the feet.
comes out pressing. The much shorter fighter here.
He's given up 4 inches. He just moved up. Wow, 135, a new weight class.
He caught him something that made Brian uncomfortable, and he shot in right away. Cesar kind of could have gone for the guillotine there, but kind of half-hearted attempt, and now finds himself on bottom here. Let's see if Brian opens up a little bit more compared to round number 1. As he was stood up, but Cesar's doing a good job fighting a little bit more, trying to get his back to the cage.
And these are the times, Zach, I really don't miss being cage side. I love our little perch over here where we don't have sweat flinging all over us.
Yeah, that's a plus. Do like being right next to the action, though. It's easier to see. All right, so just got to make something happen here. A minute and a half through. We're halfway through round number 2. Brian looks to posture up and rain down some strikes, but Caesar immediately closes the gap and breaks his posture.
Good jiu-jitsu on display by Brian Parker here.
Yeah, he's raining down blows. He had that hand trapped for just a bit. Caesar's right in his corner. He's listening to Coach Dez. Use that head, perfect to get up, and then he's got to try to find an underhook or a whizzer. But Brian stops that.
Got to be frustrating there as he seemingly has been pinned under this top half position. And Brian Parker doing enough to not get stood up, just raining down some short blows.
Yeah, typically half guard is the spot you want to be in MMA for ground and pound. You're controlling their upper half and their lower half, but first round he didn't really do much. This round he's starting to pick it up and do a little bit more here. Feeling a little bit more comfortable. 2 rounds in the books. You got
Tavius Barnett and Jose Villazana coming up in Muay Thai action.
him taken down once before. Get inside and rain down those body shots. Come up top to the head. Oh, Brian Parker lands.
Try to get in on a taller guy like that. You typically want to use some feints.
Yeah.
Some level changes. If you just come in with your head on the center, a lot of times you're going to get popped. Good shot by Cesar. And he eats one back.
Yeah. Oh, big kick. But he finds himself, like I said, on bottom because of a kick. Starting to have some success there. But Brian right here doing a good job nullifying that triangle attempt and finding his way to side control here.
First time we've seen Brian really hunting for that back take.
He's on his back now, hunting for that rear naked choke. Caesar's got to fight that hand. He's keeping his chin tucked. Brian's doing a good job controlling the wrist on the other side, and he might have this locked up here in the third round. Cesar taps the rear naked choke to Brian Parker. Valiant effort. Had some